What's good? What's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, coming to you via the YouTube airways. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. And today, man, we got a serious show lined up for you guys. But when you come across this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video out. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you'll know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And if it's your first time coming across the platform and you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you post a comment. Make sure you share the video out. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. I see everybody in the comment section. Hashtag salute. And you know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. Well, today's show, man, it's a pretty serious show, man. As you guys know on this channel, I've been covering Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes from day one on their upset victory of TCU. Colorado Buffaloes then got off to a hot start. They was 3-0. They finished the season on a 7-game losing streak. They ended up going 4-8. And you know how Deion Sanders is. You know, Deion Sanders got that charisma with him. He got that pizzazz, man. He's a showman. He's prime time. Everywhere he goes, it's media following him. You know, his son, Bucky Jr., he's covering the well-off media, gives you inside footage of what they're doing at practice, inside the locker room, game footage, on the field footage. And, you know, leading up to every game, what the media does, they have a sit down with the coach and they speak to the coach before the game starts. Well, you know, leading into that in-game rival game between Colorado Buffaloes and the Colorado State Rams, Deion Sanders took to the podium, said what he had to say. But when he addressed the podium, you know, Deion, he had his hat, had his glasses on. That's what he normally does after every post-game press conference throughout the course of the season. Well, when they spoke to the head coach, Jay Norvell from Colorado State, he made reference to when he speaks to the media, he removes his sunglasses, he removes his hat, and he looks at him eye to eye to address the media. And that's how his mother raised him. Well, you know, Deion Sanders got wind of it, and they was in practice, and it started surfacing over the internet. Deion said, well, they still talking about us. We're preparing to play the game, and they still talking about us. We in the news. We minding our own business, and we're, you know, getting prepared to play. And, you know, Deion took exception to that. But like I tell people, Deion Sanders really responds back to his critics. He don't mention their name, but if you listen to the way he talks and he conveys his message, there's subtle messages in there that you got to pick up on where he is referencing some of the media that has been giving him a hard time. I've seen clips of him addressing the media where he has said things that you might not pick up on, but he's taking his subtle jabs. He took a subtle jab at Jason Whitlock. And I know he took a subtle jab at Jason Whitlock because Deion Sanders blocked Jason Whitlock from his social media. Also, he took a subtle jab at Paul Feinbein and Danny Cannell. And, you know, all through the course of the season, everything Deion did, they blamed Deion for Travis Hunter getting hit by Henry Blackburn late. They blamed Deion Sanders for the jewelry getting stolen and the personal belongings when they played UCLA. And everything that Deion was done, it was under a microscope because what Deion did, he set the college football on blaze. You know, he had all the entrepreneurs, all the rappers, all the celebrities. Sidelines was packed. Rappers bringing the Colorado Buffaloes out on the field, the sideline going crazy. All the home games at Colorado was sold out. Deion's turning that program around. Now, if you guys have been following Coach Prime's docuseries, the things that I said when Jay Norvell made them comments about Deion Sanders, referencing that's how my mom raised me, or Deion didn't let that go. Deion did not let that go, and things are starting to turn ugly. Jay Norvell's wife, she took to Twitter, and this is what she said. Shedeur Sanders act like a little bee when Jay turned his back after trying to talk to his dad and held up his watch. So basically, that's what Kim Norvell saw when, after the game, when the coaches came to midfield to share their congratulations to one another. He had some things to say to Deion, and Deion said some things back. I did a show earlier. I played the clip, but I'm going to show you guys the clip on what happened midfield. These are the things that we don't see. This is the audio that we don't pick up on until it all comes out later. Like I always say, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. Take a listen to what happened.
Congratulations. And I was never talking about your family. I was just talking about my mom. You are.
Now you see that interaction right there. Jay Norvell told Deion, I was never talking about your family. But Deion Sanders thought otherwise. And he basically said, you was talking about my mama. So now it has went a step further. Now Shedeur Sanders, the reports are out there that Shedeur Sanders had to hold his daddy back from putting his hands on Jay Norvell. And this is the article that we have. Shedeur Sanders had to remind Coach Prime not to put his hands on CSU's Jay Norvell. Wife made it personal. Buff's grown quarterback really embraced his nickname in the latest Coach Prime episode. Deion Sanders held back a lot of emotions after Colorado's stunning comeback win over CSU in this year's Rocky Mountain Showdown. The game was personal because of the comments aimed at Sanders by Rams coach Jay Norvell. I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off. And I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat off and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. Colorado's not going to like us no matter what we do or say. We know about what happened before, but we also learn more about the moment between the two coaches during the handshake after the game. Norvell tried to downplay his comments by saying they had nothing to do with Sanders' family, to which Coach Prime replied, you was talking about my mama, dog. Shedeur Sanders led his father midfield and reminded his father not to put his hands on Norvell, playing the important role of peacemaker. The moment was detailed in the latest episode of Amazon's Video's Coach Prime docuseries, which retold the rivalry wins over Nebraska and Colorado State. So guys, like I said, man, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. And a lot of guys say, well, Deion's not that type of person to respond back to the critics and things like that. Oh, now we see when the cameras are on and they start making these docuseries and they capture these moments, you don't know what is being said. And I got the audio to prove it. Just go watch the docuseries, man. And that was glaring to me, man. That right there kind of caught me off guard because everybody wanted to know the words that they exchanged midfield after that game when it took place on that late Saturday night. And a lot of people wanted to know, what did they say at midfield? Well, the cameras caught it. They put it in the docuseries. Now all kinds of articles are coming out. Shedeur Sanders was pissed off because of what the wife said. She made it personal by calling Shedeur the B word. Taking a shot at a young kid like that. Now it's the fact that Shedeur Sanders had to hold his dad back from putting his hands on Jay Norvell because he was talking about his mom. And the reason why Shedeur put the watch up and turned his back during midfield is because you talking about my grandmother. So Shedeur had to play the peacemaker in this situation. And man, when I read the news and got the report, I'm like, wow, never thought this would have happened, man. But Shedeur Sanders had to play peacemaker, man, to remind his dad not to put his hands on Jay Norvell. Man, that's alarming right there, man. The article's out there. The sources are out there. Everything's coming out now. So, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments section. I love to hear from you. Keep supporting the channel. Share this video out, man. Give it a thumbs up. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.